Well, guys, I've got some bad news about this buffing thing here on the Mercury. So I just got done buffing half of it, and on camera you can kind of see where it got a little shinier, but I buffed this the same way I did the Oldsmobile. Actually, I did a little bit more on this than the Olds because I wanted to go above and beyond with a car that actually matters to me, but it didn't actually change anything. I buffed this half and did not and left this half alone, and you can see the sheen of like the glossiness that the compound left after I wiped it off, like you would with wax, or even if you just spray it down with water. So it's not shiny over here on this side, but as for the actual like fadedness of the paint, I mean the hood, same thing. Everywhere from this side over all the way down the car is what I buffed, and as you can see on the hood, there is no difference in the paint fade. It didn't get any better, which is just terrible. Like even on the olds, I noticed some noticeable change to the point where it was like I was okay with it. I was happy with it. This car, apart from the slight shine that it has, that I'm sure will go away once it rains on it a couple times, and you know, the wax is all gone off of it. It's gonna look exactly the same. Nothing changed on the doors, everything. It still looks a little bit better on camera because everything shines, but if you're looking at it in person, it's all the same. I mean, you should be able to see my feet right now in the reflection of that door, and you can't. I mean, you can see something's moving right there, but you can't tell what it is. The trunk is the same story, is that it's a little shinier, but if you like stand back here, it looks the same. No one could ever tell that that's been buffed. You look at the body fillers there on the corners, looks the same. You know, this side of the car hasn't been buffed, and there's some dust deposits and stuff here that'll wipe off if I washed it. But basically, the whole car looks the same, and that's a really big disappointment because I was looking forward to not having to repaint this whole car. But now I guess I'm gonna have to if I want the paint to come back and look like it's brand new again, which I definitely do, because when I'm done with this car is going to look like it just rolled off the assembly line. So yeah, I'm not happy with this outcome. The only couple of things I can think that are a reason that I didn't do this correctly, or the reason that this happened, is, you know, I didn't do it correctly, which I find hard to believe because I did the exact same thing in the olds, and the olds turned out great, and this turned out like shit. So I don't think it's that one, but it's quite possible, being that this whole car was sun-baked. The clear on the olds was completely gone off of it and certain parts, certain spots, but the parts that still had clear were able to be restored, and that leads me into my second more likely possibility, is that Ford, after I looked it up, only did clear coat on a select few of their cars before 1975, and then they started doing it on every car. This car would have been one of those in which likely didn't have a clear coat from the factory, which explains why a car like this that sat outside for a year untouched and sat, lasted 40 some years being driven in the hot Arizona sun every year, and the clear coat that it would have had would have bubbled up and peeled off like you see on the hood of my Maverick. And this isn't like that, so that leads me to believe that this car did not have clear coat from the factory, and therefore it wouldn't react the same way to buffing as the Oldsmobile did. So it was probably a combination of A, it doesn't have clear coat, and B, I didn't do it right or properly for a car without clear coat. So I guess I'll just upload this as a part 2 like I said I was going to, but this was kind of a fail. So I mean, you live and you learn, I guess. Now I know that I'll have to repaint the whole car. So at least this way I won't feel so bad about repainting parts of it, because I know that it's never going to be able to be restored to the level that I'm looking for if I don't repaint it. So it is what it is, I guess, and I'll see you in the next one.